We've spoken about purpose and we've spoken about practice. Now comes the most human test of all, clarity of vision. In eye care, impact is not measured in claims or campaigns, but in outcomes that genuinely improve how people see, live, and engage with the world. This session looks at how innovation, when guided by a larger vision, can move beyond credentials to create meaningful, measurable change at scale. Please welcome a leader known for driving growth through brand building, market expansion, and consumer insight. Nirmal Lobo, Chief Sales and Marketing Officer, Eye Care Division, Titan Company.
So good afternoon. The biggest gift that we have is our senses, if I may call it health, happiness. And top of that would be our eyesight, which is to do with vision. So today I'm here to speak about what we do in this field of vision. For most businesses, you have to go looking for a purpose. In our business, it's deeply embedded in the business model itself. How can we enable vision? In the next 15 minutes, I want to kind of take you through what we are up to, what is the challenge, and how are we going about addressing this, not through marketing parlance, not through business, but through a very human touch as to how we can reach large amount of people and serve and solve the problem. Quick context, large population, about 140 crores. About 70 crores have some kind of incidence to do with vision, most often because of slow deterioration, stigmas attached, and our own reference point, because most of our vision is our own reference. We don't really have a way to measure whether our vision is clear or no. So in this, I think adoption is about 25 crores, but every year people who kind of get a solution is about 10 crores. So therefore, about 60 crore people still either look or not being served with this. There are also other big things that are happening. So myopia, which is pandemic in nature, very large problem across the globe. People not getting enough sunlight, kids not playing out, issues with almost 100% if parents have the condition that we transfer it to kids. So these are real problems, and how do we go about it? But very low awareness, inconsistency in terms of access, low awareness, and the stigma attached. So these are really the problems. So what's our purpose? I think our purpose is to try and see how do we bring vision and fashion and really look at how do we have relevant and innovative solutions. Quickly, thing or two about iPlus. What do we do? I think we are a multi-brand eyewear store. We have brands from Titan, Fast Track, and an array of international brands. Best-in-class lenses across the best in the world, whether it's Zeiss, SLR, Hoya, or Titan itself. And a wide network which cuts across 300 towns and about 850 stores. And also eye care experts who have deep optometry knowledge, average experience of about 8 to 10 years. So these are the three big pillars that we are guided by. Vision, which is the premise of why we exist. Fashion, because what consumers seek is to look really good and see better. And how tech as an intervention can really solve problems at scale. Today, we are only talking about vision because I think the context and the relevance is here. And therefore, what do we do and how are we doing with purpose and responsibility? We champion the cause where clear vision has power to change perspectives and lives. Because I think how much we underrate or undermine this is something that we need to take notice. So in 2024, this is just a quick context of what we did. So one of the things that we figured out was road accidents. About 25,000 truckers meet with accidents every year. So 1 in 2 needs vision correction, but about 33% it's quite acute. So making Indian roads safer, not by just raising awareness, but by taking action. The simple but powerful insight, we said, how can we make, if drivers can't come to us, how can we go to them? So therefore, we kind of set up as to where is the best place from access, awareness, and action.
And 3 truck drivers in India have compromised vision. Trucks and lorries were involved in over 25,000 crashes and over 10,000 deaths.
सतवन जी, आपने कभी आंखें टेस्ट कराई हैं?
आंखें तो अपने आप एडजस्ट कर लेती हैं।
आंखें किनकी बचती है ना, जो आपकी उम्र के।
हाँ।
हम लोग पुराने, हम लोग की आंखें शरीर कुछ नहीं, अभी तक पूरा रीजन है।
सिखाई 18,000 20 में वो कैसे अफोर्ड करेगा?
With many of them living on the road, eye care is surely not their top priority. It is something that they choose to completely ignore and live without. Since they won't come to us, we went to them. In the middle of their long journeys, the truckers' pit stop is at the ubiquitous Indian dhaba that serves them regional home-style food. We removed the old menus from the tables and the walls and replaced it with our eye test menu, which was the only way to order food. Titan Eye Plus, India's leading eye care brand, presents the eye test menu.
EMK
इसके बाद से नीचे नहीं दिखता सर, छोटा अक्षर नहीं दिखता।
नहीं दिख रहा पढ़ाएगा ये नहीं, वो तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं, वो तो ऐसे जीरो लगता है।
Once the truckers knew they had a problem, we had optometrists on site to conduct a thorough eye exam, which was free of cost and would determine what the corrective prescription spectacles would be.
The eye test is devised and designed exactly the way we do in our clinic. The only difference is the alphabets are replaced with the names of menu dishes.
Based on the styles they like, we shipped the glasses to their home addresses. We expanded the initiative to include rickshaw and cab drivers, last mile delivery personnel, and others at risk.
जितने ट्रक वाले हैं उनको चश्मा लगाना चाहिए, ये लाजमी बहुत जरूरी है निगाह वास्ते।
The eye test menu by Titan Eye Plus, a major milestone in making Indian roads safe.
So just doing it, what it did, I think good deeds travel. So over 100,000 drivers were tested. So I think really taking it to scale. About 54% received spectacles free of cost. About 5 million people had views to this film. This was not meant to be a marketing campaign, it's more an awareness campaign. But the amount of virality this got and the way it got spread, everybody spoke about it. Everybody, when they saw the film, it was very endearing. They knew that there was purpose behind it. And we also had collaborations with a lot of large organizations, including the National Highway. We had Tata Motors, Tata Steel partnering with us. A lot of organization came saying that, I mean, it's in our best interest that we kind of take care of this problem. And this is really how we went about it. Over and above this thing from a marketing parlance, what really this did, I mean, winning the Cannes. For 40 years in Titan, this is the first campaign that has got us 3 lions. So therefore, I mean, sometimes when you do it with absolute intent and authenticity, I think you get recognition that is not just local but global. So what next? 2024 we did that. So this is the other problem that we said. With the large population, where is the early detection? Where do we really need to focus? About 3 crore children really have problems with their vision, and we said, how can we make a deeper impact here?
One in 5 school children in India have blurry vision. Most children go on with life thinking their poor vision is normal, and that's just how everyone sees. Most parents believe that poor vision problems only come with age. As a result, children are rarely taken for regular eye checkups, an issue that's prevalent in non-urban India. Fortunately, that's also where the stars shine brighter. Titan Eye Plus presents the Ektara project. Centuries ago, people tested hunters' eyesight by asking them to spot 2 stars, Alcor and Mizar, in the Great Bear constellation. If they saw 2 stars, they had great vision. If they saw only 1 star, they had blurry vision. We turned this ancient wisdom into a playful eye screening tool. A simple glow-in-the-dark star spotting aid that helps children take the hunter's test in a fun way by matching the dots to the Great Bear constellation and counting how many stars they see in the circle.
ये बहुत पुराना scientifically proven test है जिसे hunter test बोलते हैं.
Titan Eye Plus collaborated with schools across India and had children spotting stars. Children from across India took the test and submitted their responses. And every Ektara test was followed by a complete and free eye test by our optometrists.
आप read कर पाओगे?
These cards were also made available online for just 1 rupee. Over 100,000 kids tested so far. Even Tinkle, India's largest circulated comic book, took notice and helped us reach over 1 million children. This project continues to help millions of children see better. Titan Eye Plus Ektara project, correcting India's vision early.
So really, I think going back to nature and finding out, I think this Ektara test in the Saptarishi constellation, how easy it is for us to detect through stars. There have always been, I think, the whole thing of playfulness, going back to nature and trying to see what is that we need to do. So I think 2 very, very successful projects. We also, I think, a year back did a 10-second digital eye test. So it was 10 to 15 seconds. And in a day, we screened about 150,000 pieces, and we hold a Guinness record for that. So a lot of effort in terms of just the big part, which is awareness, and some bit on the action. So having done these 2, and as we speak, we continue to do on the FY25, what next is really our question. So myopia, I did speak about, and myopia is really coming at it hard. I mean, 50% of the world population will be myopic in the next 20 years or so. Awareness is very low. Early detection here is really the only way to go about. We also are looking at in terms of how deep expertise and high on empathy. I think the 2 big words that are guided for our business is expertise and empathy. And how do you bring this together? Because I mean, nobody wants to hear the news that somebody's eyes is not okay, or it is only kind of restriction, and I mean, holding back on progression is the only way to go about it. It's not about cure. So therefore, it needs to be dealt with very empathetically. And how do we really take it to scale and deal with this problem? I think as we look at FY26, we're also joining hands. We are working with the best in the world, whether it is Zeiss, SLR, Hoya. I mean, these guys have solution. Titan itself is also trying to solve for it through, whether it is through access, through high level of tools and skills at our stores. Also trying to speak to a large amount of optometry organization. Here, I think the larger challenge or the purpose is how do we all come together and try and solve this at scale. And this might not be really a core part of commercial angle, but I think it's more in terms of how do we predict and solve for it much earlier. So this really is where we want to kind of take our thing. Being in eye care gives us the privilege to change lives, business matter, but really the purpose is what keeps us alive and makes us come back to work every day. Thank you very much.